Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. So today I'm going to go ahead and discuss with you a very simple but very important learning and recalling technique that you really need to inculcate in your studies for UPSC. And this learning technique, this recalling technique, I kind of developed over a period of time when I was studying for UPSC. It was not something that I knew before. So this learning technique I'm going to post in my community post also. Basically, it is how you read and how you try to remember the things that you're reading. So normally what aspirants do, most of us, in fact not just aspirants, most of us do is when we are reading, we underline the words and sentences in the book, and that's how we try to remember things. We think that if we are reading and if we underline the words, it will automatically kind of get imprinted in our brain and we will have an easy time remembering it and recalling it later. Actually, it doesn't work that way. When you underline a lot of things, what happens is, number one, you end up underlining too much. Number two, then later when you have to revise, pretty much everything is underlined in the book. Like you see, if I take a book here, for an example, the polity book here, if you keep underlining like that, when you are reading, you might end up underlining pretty much everything, which does not serve any purpose at all. And third of all, the most important thing is that it doesn't really work that well when you want to recall those things if you have underlined it too much. Underlining is okay if you want to underline a few keywords, if you want to emphasize on a few important terms from definitions or from any articles or from any historical figures. So maybe maximum 10 to 20% of the total chapter that you are studying should be underlined. But more than underlining, what really works is that on the corners of the book or in other some notebook, you should go ahead and write the important things that you are studying, the important concepts, the important definitions, the important any keywords. Just write it down in very short words, not entire definitions, and then do a quick search for it online so that you can understand. You can look at the images that are there online referring to that particular thing. You can also look at some other definitions so that you can get a broader understanding of that particular topic. This writing and then searching technique will help you to create an entire context around that particular concept. So let me give you an example. Let's say you are going ahead and studying the Supreme Court of India. The first thing I would do is not start reading from Lakshmikant, but I will actually go ahead and Google Supreme Court on the Google search, Google images, and I will look at what the Supreme Court looks like. I will go ahead and look at who are the current Supreme Court judges, who's the Chief Justice of India. Then I will also look at a little bit of history of the Supreme Court of India on the Wikipedia page or maybe on the Supreme Court website that is given. And after that, I will come and get into the chapter because I want to create a little story, a little context, a little bird's eye view, जिसको कहते हैं कि आप ऊपर से ओवरऑल एक पिक्चर क्रिएट करें पहले अपने माइंड में और उसके बाद आप डाइव करें स्टडिंग में. So like this, you should spend maximum maybe 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes in this searching process and writing the main keywords, and then you should come and actually study for that particular chapter because these chapters have a different way of writing and they might a lot of times confuse you. They are very dry. There is a lot of content here, so it might not be so obvious to you what you are studying. So this is a very important thing, that write down first and then search for it and then actually come to the actual content given in the book. And finally, the most important thing that you want to do is, after you have finished the entire chapter, try to recall what you have read. Try to recall the main points. Let's say I am studying Supreme Court of India from Lakshmikant. I will try to recall, after I have studied the entire chapter, I will try to recall the main points about what the Supreme Court is, what are the composition and appointments of Supreme Court, how they get appointed, what are the various controversies around the whole consultation process that is there, what are the qualifications, basic qualifications required. So like this, main things that are given in the chapter, try to recall them without looking at the actual book. And wherever you are having problems, go back to the book and try to again see, okay, this is something that I missed, or these are the major points that I missed, and try to recall it from there. See, this is the way. What happens is, once you try to recall after you have read the chapter, then you actually form these links in your brain. These links that help you to solidify that information in your brain and you remember it for a longer period of time. I will tell you about myself. When I was preparing, I used to actually use this recalling technique very actively. What I used to do was, I used to go for evening walks, long evening walks, about 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers, almost an hour and a half. And during this walking session, I used to try to recall everything that I've studied that day, especially from the main topics. Let's say that day I've studied something from the optional. So I would try to remember and recall what are the major points, what are the major authors, what are the major theories, what are the major examples, what are the major definitions what are the major concepts from the syllabus of UPSC and what is given that I've studied that day. And that is how I really got a good hold on the syllabus and I was able to remember a lot of things. Don't underline, maybe if you do a little bit, but more than underlining, what is important is that you go ahead and write, search, and then do a recall after you've studied the particular concept. That way you will be able to remember more, and that way you will be able to recall more in the examination. And this will work not just for UPSC. If you are in class 12th, if you are in class 11th, if you are in college, you can use this technique pretty much anywhere. I hope this helps you. Let me know if you need more of these techniques. I have a lot of them, and of course I will be posting them as well. Soon I'm coming out with an answer writing book. Tell me if you are interested in actually getting an answer writing book from me, because then I will put in all the hard work. I have done a lot of hard work already, but I will put in even more hard work into it and get it to you guys. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.